Welcome back to another episode of the Pals podcast presented by Hardbite Chips. I'm your co-host, Ricky Liordi.
And I'm Danielle Galarno.
And this episode is going to be a little bit different today. We're going to do some quick shout-outs, but as we get closer to the end of the year, I think sometimes people forget to look back on their year, review their goals, see what they were really proud of, see what they might have been disappointed in, and just kind of do a big overview of our year and then kind of discuss some goals heading into 2024. Obviously, we'll do a 2024 like opening year recap at some point in January. But I think it's good to do now just so we can set some goals together. Maybe it reminds you to set some goals. Maybe we give you some inspiration with goals and other little things. Or maybe we just laugh about the year that we had and maybe we talk some shit heading into 2024. I don't know, Danny. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
So before we get into that, again, we want to give a big shout out to Hardbite Chips. We love you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey with us. If you guys haven't tried these chips, they're amazing. They're from BC, all natural, no preservatives, non-GMO. Get it. That was good.
You said the non-GMO again.
Did I?
Yeah.
Is it non-GMO or no GMO?
We still don't know.
Either way, check them out at your local grocery store in the health food section or your local
natural food store.
Yeah.
They are great, and they're definitely a great time to get them before the holidays when you're having people over and hosting and all that fun stuff.
Perfect. Spicy ketchup, avocado, bangers, truffles really good, all natural, all dressed. Any one of the guys, they're great. Just go check them out. And then also a nice little special shout out to Excel Gum. They were part of this podcast for the holiday season, or not the holiday, sorry, the exam season, heading into the holiday season. We got a lot of students kind of really stressing over exams and examity.
They had examity.
Examity, like we say. So Excel Gum created a new Spotify playlist called Excel Study Beats, which got 4 ASMR tracks to help calm you down during these rather crazy times.
You were on a roll there.
I was. That's why
I was not even gonna.
Literally, that's why I just kept going.
I was not gonna stop you because that was great.
Very rare does this come out this like clear and cohesive.
Yeah, thank you.
I got you, Danny. See, sometimes I'll put you to work and sometimes I do a little bit of work. It's fair. Okay, Danny, let's jump into it then.
So how are you, Ricky?
Well, you know the answer. I'm fantastic. I'm like permanently fantastic.
Yeah?
Danny, sometimes I feel bad saying this, but I'm having one of the best years of my life.
Would you say this is one of the best years?
I think this is actually the best year of my life, honestly.
Really?
I can confidently say that. You know, like last year was amazing. Last year was really, really good. And I thought that was the best year of my life. And then I was thinking about this the other day. 2023 just blew my mind, honestly.
I would say for me, I think 2022 was a great year. And I would say it's better in some ways. But then 2023, I also think like there's no bad years. I think there's growing years and there's like times. I've been lucky enough not to ever have a really bad year because I just feel like I'm learning something even though something bad's happening. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I respect the outlook that you have on that because
I just don't think I ever have a bad year because there's always like there's a positive that comes out of what happened.
Yeah, but even there's some bad years, man. Like you don't look back and be like that.
No, but there may have been a bad moment, a bad night, a bad time. Yeah, that's a positive way of looking at it. It's a positive way to look. But it doesn't mean the whole year was bad because I would say like for me, one of my worst years was probably I want to say 2020 or 2021, which is weird enough to say because it was COVID. But I had a lot of other changes going on in my life. But it also, like, I look back at it now and it was, like, for the better.
No, I get that. Makes sense.
So now it's, like, I'm, like, grateful that happened because if that didn't happen, I would probably be stuck in that same loop that I would have never gotten out of. Or I would have never realized it.
No, I agree. What, okay, how'd your year, let me ask you, how'd your year start? We were in Florida together. That's
yeah, we were together.
Yeah, we were together on New Year's.
We had a great New Year.
We did have a good New Year's. We did.
We went to MK.
Yeah, at Hyde, and then we did Hyde Beach Day Club.
Oh, because at SLS, yeah.
Senator James and Ryan Marciano.
And we had a great day that day too, leading up to it. Because I was only there for.
What did we do that day?
We went to see Elise.
Oh yeah,
which is a great way to start my year. She's one of my friends from BC that I don't get to see often. Anytime you start the year
on travels, it's always nice.
Yeah, and I was in Nashville before that. Then we ended up going to your house in Florida.
Yeah, and then on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, I guess we ended up going to that party too with Jared.
Afterwards, yeah. After at Gala,
we had a good start to the year. Then what happened in January? Did you do anything special in January, February, March, like Q1?
Nothing that exciting, I don't think.
Yeah,
for me, like January is. Did you go skiing this year with George?
Yeah, we did.
You did the
that
ski
was like
trip.
the second week. Yeah, I did a ski trip.
And I backed
Holy
out of
fuck.
it.
My year's been amazing. Yeah.
You did the ski trip with
Yeah.
George. You guys
With the
went
podcast.
Sun Peaks. Yeah.
Yeah, Sun Peaks. And then in February.
I had to back out of that, which
Yeah,
I'm
you-
sad.
yeah, you
I'm
backed
sad,
out
but it
of
was
that.
probably for the better.
Then I also did Arizona in February for Family Day. I
And
played my
I-
first like real pickleball
And
tournament.
I went to New York, and I had the
Yeah.
best time with Becca and Andrea and Stefania.
Yeah. Didn't you go wedding shopping? Dress shopping or something?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. Yeah, we like do this trip. Well, try to make it like a ritual now, but we try to do like a Family Day weekend trip where it's my sister's birthday, and then we end up just all going. But we don't celebrate my sister's birthday
That would be an Andrew.
because she hates celebrating it.
my birthday.
But I don't think we're gonna go this year, and if we do go, it's gonna be at a different weekend. But
Okay.
it's a lot of fun. But okay, what's your like? Do you have your like thorns and roses, your peaks and lows?
I did not have a fucking single low this year.
But look at it like overall. Okay, I know my low.
Like, oh,
Thanks
my
for
year started off,
asking.
and I got a nephew. You're like 10 days into the year.
Doesn't
Literally
that feel like
10 days
years
into
ago though?
No, but it's just I was really thinking because I'm like my year started off so hot. I traveled. I got a nephew. Like it just like again. It started off so hot, and it just didn't taper off because you got to think about in Q2. So Q1, I traveled. I played my first pickleball tournament. I had a nephew. Like got a couple brand deals. Cool, great.
Mm-hmm.
Entering Q2, that's when I got my pickleball team. In Q2 is when I was awarded it.
Yeah.
Or our pickleball team, me, George, and Andrew.
And that's when I became a face on the pals.
Yeah, and then we kind of, at the end of Q1 is when the pals were in like a limbo.
Yeah.
Because then in April, I started up again. You were in exam season or tax season. And then in May, that's when you came back on.
Yeah.
Who was your first episode?
I think I was too scared to go on camera. But it was for Commerce Bear.
For who? Flight school?
No, Commerce Bear, the furniture. Oh my god, this is so mean.
Oh, Sam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I
You
just
weren't-
completely blanked for a bit.
You
but
weren't on air for that?
No, I sat off camera, but I had a mic
had
because
a
I was
mic.
just like, I'm not ready yet.
It's so shit.
It was like my first back, so I didn't really like. I still spoke a lot.
You're not
but
a co-host when you're off air.
No, so that doesn't really count. So I guess my first episode back was Sarah Nasso for
Oh,
F1.
that was a good one.
And you know what? F1 was amazing.
Like I'm trying to think.
We had so many good episodes back in May
let's
and
go.
June.
It was Q1. We had we talked about Q1. Q2. What did we do? Q2. You came back on the pod.
So tax season was over. I'm happy. I go to LA with my sisters, which my first sister's trip.
Also, I went to Vegas and LA for 10 days in March too.
Okay, I was gonna
And
say,
the Leafs also want to play off. No, that was later on in the year.
I was gonna say my like low of the year because you didn't ask me, but it's okay. That I didn't travel as much as I did in 2022.
Danny, what was the low of the year for you?
That
Okay.
I asked myself. Don't worry.
Good job.
But then I go back and think about it, and I am very lucky to have traveled as much as I did.
Okay.
Like I didn't travel as much as I did last year, but I still traveled a lot, and I have to like just be grateful for that.
Okay. So highlight of Q1 for you. What was it?
New York.
New York.
Yeah, always.
Okay, that's a good one. What about Q2?
And then it's like pretty shitty work for me. So like that's just like really stressful.
Okay. Q2. What's the highlight of Q2?
Being on the podcast with you, kind of starting to get
I know,
comfortable.
I'm trying to like look to like think through on Instagram because like usually your highlights are on Instagram, right?
F1 was a highlight.
Yeah.
And then
F1
you
was good.
became like the devil because you hurt yourself. That's your
Yeah.
low of the year.
Honestly, yeah, pulling my hamstring.
Pulling your hamstring,
That's
and then
easily
right
the
before
low.
the Ironman, like I think
Yeah.
that was like all time low.
Yeah, but then it's like an all-time high right after because
Right
like the
after.
Ironman's top.
Unbelievable.
It's like this year I have 3 of some of my biggest accomplishments. Actually, well, one of them's not my accomplishment. But like if I think of some of the happiest moments of my life, 3 of them happened this year.
What are your 3?
Roman.
Yeah.
That's like I remember just again even when he was born I wasn't so like crazy. I was just like cool, like it's a baby. I can't like I'm excited to see him. I remember the first time I held him, and it's just like the world just stopped for a second. Like that was
Such a good feeling.
I don't like again I've never experienced that, and I'll never experience that for the first time ever again until I have a kid. Like for the first time,
There's gonna be a
even.
new first for everything. It's
Yeah.
like
But like
that's your
John
brother,
Verge's
like
next
that's your
kid-
first nephew.
Yeah.
It's never gonna be the same with their second.
Yeah,
but then
John
it's gonna be
Verge's
like
next hit. It won't hit the
yours.
same, right? Like Roman
Yeah.
will always hit different, right?
Yeah.
Then the Ironman, like that was. I remember bawling my eyes out when I crossed the finish line, and that's how Q3 starts basically, which is wild. Like,
these whole quarter things is really
well, that's how I break up my
fucking
year.
up with
It's-
my
you-
like
it's-
head.
Oh, I feel like you're an accountant. Shouldn't that be easier for you?
Yeah, it should, but like I don't know why the way you're like saying of it, because like July technically is Q3.
Yeah, that's what I said. The start of Q3.
Oh, Q3, like great. I spent so much time at the cottage this summer.
I'm just trying to think what else happened.
I don't know what else I did. In July.
I went to PI. I went to the PI Q2.
Oh, you did during Easter.
Easter. So I went to Arizona.
Yeah.
Q1. I went to LA, Vegas for the 10-day bender. Then I did.
And you did some peaks.
I did some peaks. I did PEI. And then in Q2 I won my first medal in pickleball.
Where'd you go?
Michigan. We played, and then I saw Luke Holmes, my cousin. Like and then I went to Cleveland, Ohio, and ran a half marathon in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
Oh, I also ran the Toronto half marathon. Forgot about that one. Then we went to Vegas for GB2s. Holy, what a fucking year! I've had so many amazing things.
The bachelor party.
The bachelor party for GB2's wedding, which was insane. That was so good. Then we did the CMAOs.
Ontario.
When you were too scared to talk?
You thought I was too scared to talk. But thank God.
Do you know what? The only one that I don't want to say I'm disappointed that you didn't talk to was Robin.
That day?
Yeah. You should have talked to one of the women. And Robin would have been the easiest one.
You know, though, I have a very big... when you always say, like, oh, you should have talked to the woman. Yeah, I know I'm a woman, but doesn't mean, like... It's just, men should talk to men and women should talk to women.
No, but again...
And, like, I'm not a feminist.
I know, but in like, sometimes those quick... In some of those, like, quick, easy moments, it's easier to relate quickly.
It's easier to relate quickly, too, but, like, sometimes. Not everyone. There could be some men I relate to quickly more.
Really?
100%.
That's fair. On, like, a first instinct, I feel more comfortable with men than women 95% of the time.
I have something completely related.
Because again, if it's a woman, like, what if there's sexual tension? What if there's sexual chemistry? Then I'm thinking about that.
I don't worry about that.
But like again,
that's not the first thing that comes to my head.
No, it's not. But like, let's say I've got to sit with let's say I'm interviewing like a really attractive
but then girls
woman.
can be bitchy. It's like, let's say we're at a bar and there's a group of girls or a group of guys. I'd much rather go talk to the group of guys than girls. It'd be way easier.
See, I'm the same. I'd rather
unless you're like in the
girls.
bathroom situation, then you start talking to the girls.
I think the guys are always easier to talk to.
Yeah.
But again, I would never be in a bathroom line with women talking to women. So.
Can I ask you something completely related off topic?
Go.
Is there like something in a partner when you're dating? This is a dating question.
Fuck.
It just made me think of it from this. That like is a completely like something that you want them, like if they didn't like the Raptors or the Leafs, if they didn't watch anything like that, or if they didn't like something that you really love, like would you want them to be interested in the same thing, or like they hated going to concerts?
Just pretend.
So like you would want them to enjoy it and go with you.
They don't have to enjoy it, but they have to enjoy that I enjoy it. Yeah, they have to. That's a
no-brainer.
Imagine if they don't like traveling.
Yeah.
Imagine if they're scared of planes. I couldn't do it. I couldn't date someone.
Like, I think it's okay because like I used to have such a big thing. Like I need someone who likes certain things, and then I've realized that you can like different things as long as you can appreciate it for the other person. Does that make sense?
I hate ballet. I don't think ballets. It's just.
But if your girlfriend wanted to go see the ballet,
if my girlfriend loved ballet, I would sit here and I would watch all the ballet stuff she wanted to.
Okay,
my imaginary girlfriend.
I just wanted to make sure like I wasn't psycho.
No, you're not.
Okay, thank you.
Again, they don't have to like it because I remember me and my ex got in a fight once.
See, they don't have to like it. I just want them to appreciate that if I like it.
Yeah, me and my exes once got in a fight because she wanted me to like something and I didn't, and I was like, look, I'll come with you anyways. I'll be ready. You let me know the time, the place, and let me know what I have to do. It was like equestrian shit, like horse jumping or something. And I was like, I don't care, but I'll come for you. She's like, no, but I want you to want to come. I'm like, it won't happen, but I want to come for you. I'm like, that's, in my opinion, someone doing something that they don't like for me because they know I like it is a better feeling than someone doing it because they like it too.
Yeah, because it's like you know that they're doing it because they care.
They just want to be with me.
Okay, so question as a best friend. So we're talking, this is going back to Q2 now.
Okay. I like that. Reel it back in.
Reeling it back in. We went to F1. So grateful your family took me. So happy you asked me. Thank you for that.
I gotcha.
I love F1. I love watching the race. Do I think it is better watching it on TV? Sometimes you only see one part of the race when you're in person. So I do agree with you on that. Would you go again?
To Montreal F1?
Mm-hmm.
Not unless I'm in like hooked up. But mind you, it's like.
But mind you,
I could easily get hooked up now. Like, some of the brands I'm working with.
don't
Can't
like.
jinx it.
But would you go maybe even just for the weekend?
The
experience of the
problem
weekend.
is I would. It's just it's the cost benefit of it just doesn't. It
Yeah,
doesn't
but you're literally eliminating F1, the cost, the restaurants and all. It's the parties, the this and that, the atmosphere.
The hotels too. Like we stayed 30 minutes from Montreal, and it was still like $500 a
Yeah,
night.
of course. But if you plan early enough too, you can get better deals.
It's still tough, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why for me, I wouldn't go back again unless I was like taken care of.
Not aligned.
Like, or unless like if my future girlfriend's like, I love F1, we have to go. I'd be like, cool. Can we
Not
go to a
if your
different
best
city?
friend?
No. I love you, but you can unless you take me. You're taking me to F1 next year?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll come with you. You're taking care of me.
Okay. I won't even make you go to the race.
Even better. Fuck you.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you didn't go to the race.
If someone paid for it,
Because like I'm like thinking about like the parties that we went to. Like I'm like our night one.
I wouldn't spend the same amount of money. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you would spend your money differently.
Yeah. Like, think about it. To have a good time, to have the time we had in Montreal is like probably $4,000 a person. Probably $4,000 a person, realistic.
We got a lot for free.
We had the hotel, so it's $1,500.
No, I'm saying
so
like
Lane and
I'm
Frank
saying
paid
like
for that.
I'm saying
The tickets is probably what,
entertainment-wise.
$250 each, give or take. So we're at $2,000 right there. Then we got the free tickets to that party, which were the $250 each, and the $500. Plus, we probably spent a few $100 each on Ubers and this and that. Then the first night out, we went out. We spent a couple $100.
Because I'm saying night one we spent the most, and then the Sunday.
Yeah, so like
I would think that Sunday day party.
Yeah, that was sick. What was it called?
The
neighbors were DJing it.
Fun.
Yeah, they were sick.
I still want them on the podcast.
It's like a $4,000 weekend.
No, I agree. And then you could spend that.
Let's say $3,500.
I just think the atmosphere and it's like an
I'd much rather go to New
atmosphere.
York that weekend for $3,500. New York would be cheaper than that too, actually, for $3,500. You can do New York for like $2,500.
I agree.
You can do New York for like $2,000.
Okay, maybe I see your point. I was just asking.
Anyways, okay. Q2 though, Q2 really good. What was your highlight of Q2? F1 or going on the pod?
I think maybe my LA trip with my sisters.
Oh, that's a good one too. Oh, so you had a really good Q2.
Yeah, May was LA, and then June was F1.
Mind you, your April sucked ass though.
Yeah, in March.
Yeah, your April sucked ass.
Oh, February I went to Montreal too for my cousin's like fake bachelorette.
Oh, yeah.
Because we couldn't go on her real one. That was a really fun weekend. Yeah, so I just did that once a month. And then July, I went to the cottage.
May, we also went out a lot.
Yeah, because April was done.
Yeah, April's done. Like, we were full swing in the pod, and I feel like after almost every episode, we went out.
So that's what I'm bringing into my goal for next year for me.
Oh. Don't get there yet. Let's finish the year first.
But
hold that thought.
Perfect segue.
Yeah, but again, then we missed Q3 and 4. Okay, Q3, summertime. What was the best part of your summer?
The cottage every time I go. Hamptons. Oh, done.
Yeah,
easy.
That's a cool trip.
Hamptons was sick. That whole trip was sick.
You guys drove it, which was weird too.
I didn't drive. I took a plane.
Yeah, but you drove back.
No.
You flew there and back?
They drove there and back. I flew there and back.
Wow,
I flew back for a podcast that never happened.
Who's that supposed to be? Young Gravy?
And I like spent a shit ton of money on my flight home because
that's shit. That sucks.
Like from New York. Like it would have been shitty, but they drove because they were driving from here to
Boston, and then
they did Boston, and then we did Hamptons, and then we did New York. So and they wanted to like stop along the way. They stopped at universities for Sophia, but like Hamptons is like one of my favorite places.
What university does Sophia want to go to?
We're trying to get her to be realistic.
Okay.
We're trying to get her to stay in Canada for her undergrad.
No, absolutely not.
For her undergrad, at least.
Sophia, do not stay in Canada.
We're trying to get her to stay in Canada for undergrad. But we like saw like
go to the States.
Harvard, Columbia, did
Princeton.
all those. NYU.
Yeah, go away, Sophia.
NYU she really wants to go to, but like we're like, hey, like, do you think she's gonna be okay in the city?
Harvard's sick.
You know what? Sick, so big.
Can she get into Harvard? Is she that smart?
She's smart, but like, come on, none of us can.
I mean, I had a friend go to Harvard. I had 2 friends go to Harvard, actually.
For their undergrad?
Yeah.
Did they have scholarships for something?
One had a scholarship. One was just crazy smart. Peter Gerbach.
You never know.
And the other one played on the hockey or lacrosse team. Can't remember.
But you know how we went to the Yale campus? I thought Yale was like, it's smaller. But Harvard was so big that it didn't feel as nice as Yale.
Harvard is really nice. Like between
Columbia.
Harvard and
Columbia was stunning.
I've never done Columbia. I heard Columbia's really
It's like
nice.
Upper West. It is gorgeous.
Yeah, I've heard.
And I was so shocked given that it's in the city of New York.
Yeah, Princeton still to me is like the coolest.
I didn't go to Princeton.
You just left when we did Princeton.
Yeah.
Because you left after.
That's
New
in
York.
Rhode
You
Island,
did-
right?
It was like the next stop. It's beside Jersey, I think. So yeah, basically the next stop from New York.
Yeah.
That was really cool to me. Okay, back to summertime. What are the highlights?
There's so much. Going to the cottage, Hamptons, my birthday. I felt really grateful the night of my birthday and having everyone there. I woke up the next morning just like feeling really happy. And then August I was away. Get back. You were gone for pickleball tournaments a lot.
Only like 2 or 3. I was gone for 2. No, I was only gone for 1 weekend for pickleball. Like gone, like out of town. Because one tournament was in Guelph, then one was in Edmonton, and the other one was in Toronto, Mississauga.
Yeah, but you still stayed in Guelph,
Yeah,
in Edmonton.
I didn't stay in Guelph. I stayed in Toronto. I drove back.
Oh.
Yeah. But no, I get that. I know what you mean. I was gone.
I mean, like I was gone, and then I was gone when you were
You
home.
gotta remember, I stayed in for Canada Day long weekend. I didn't do anything.
I was
stayed
at the
in.
cottage.
You were at the cottage. I stayed in I had the race the next weekend. Then the next weekend was the race, and I stayed in. And I think even the weekend after that, I didn't go out. And then I started my bender like the week after that. And I think from like the 3rd week of July or the 4th week of July.
No, we did something. It was Maz's birthday, unless you missed it.
Yeah, maybe. I can't remember.
I can't remember either. Or no, Maz's birthday was on your.
I feel like the summer too was just
It
absolutely
just feels like
wild,
a
too.
blur now.
Yeah.
I don't like. No
Like
one cares
so
about
many
all of
concerts.
our weekends.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's like let's see cottage.
Concert.
What's best concert of the year for you?
Morgan Wallen was fun. Like you can't not. To be honest, I was hoping to say Rufus, but it wasn't my favorite concert.
No, it doesn't even crack my top 3.
I don't know if it's because we went to Red Rocks the year before.
It was the exact same concert as last year and the year before.
And the
just
music, and it wasn't
good.
as loud.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as loud.
Yeah, that was disappointing. It was still
I still had a great time,
Yeah,
but
like
like
a
it just
7.5
wasn't.
or an 8. Like,
Yeah.
it just wasn't a 10 like we wanted it
Okay,
to
so
be.
like, what concerts did you go to this year?
That really stand out. Obviously Taylor Swift. We don't talk about that because I've talked about it 100 million times. Noah Kahan and Morgan Wallen are the 2 that really stand out to me.
Me
And
too.
Post Malone. Actually, those 3. Morgan Wallen, Noah Kahan, Post Malone.
See, Morgan Wallen was just fine. Like, I'm not a big country fan. I know a couple of his songs, but like, I just had a really good time.
Those
but
are the 3 that really stand
Noah
out for me in
Kahan for
Toronto.
me, I think, was the overall our whole day
Yeah.
that also made for the experience. Because like, we just had like a really random Sunday afternoon after a podcast.
Yeah.
You were going to meet a friend, and then like I came for a bit, and then I was like, nope, I want to come. And that's when Maz came, and then
That was just a really fun night.
yeah, we just had like and afterwards was really fun too. But then I actually became so obsessed with Noah Kahan that
Cracked your top 5?
he cracked my top 5 just because I've been listening to him so much. And so I'm really disappointed because all the good concerts next year that have come out right now are all in April or end of March. So it's really stressing me out.
Which ones have come out already?
Noah Kahan,
Yeah.
Lainey,
Okay.
Andrea Bocelli.
Okay.
These are like top 5 for me.
Okay, that's
like
fair.
really random for me.
Yeah.
Like Zach Bryan's coming in March.
Okay.
I'm not a big Zach Bryan fan, but my sister is.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like every time I hear of a concert, it's like all like beginning of April, March. And that's just a crazy time for me. So I really got to pick and choose.
That's fair.
And I've already picked and choose too. Pick and choose. You know where I'm
yeah,
going.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
We're going to Laney.
Yeah, of course we're going to Laney.
Yeah,
Mind
thank
you,
you.
April for me is like, no, it's like not crazy. Like my busiest months are June, July, August.
Yeah. My family still doesn't pay me for Andrea Bocelli.
Lisa, get the...
I know you're listening, Mom.
I know you're listening, Mom. My mom's probably listening too. Okay, let's... I guess the last little bit of the year.
I went to Vegas for the first time. I think all our stuff has to do, all our peaks have to do with travel, and I just think that's who we are.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything in October, September.
Actually, none of my peaks this year have to do with travel, but...
Really? I guess no.
No.
You're
But
Iron
again, like,
Man.
traveling,
Roman.
it's just such a normal part of my life now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like... I remember being... And I was saying this the other day. I remember being a kid. I would work out so hard for, like, my next vacation. You know, I'd be like, oh, yeah, 8 weeks till my next vacation. Got to diet, work out, get super fit.
See,
Now it's like... I don't go more than a month without a holiday.
Well, see, like the longest I went this year without traveling, I guess, was September, October, were the only 2 months I didn't travel.
Yeah, for me it was F1 till Edmonton, which was 2 months. And I was going to go away in
See,
August.
I went
and
away.
decided not to.
Because I did 10 days.
My thing was I was going to do a Europe trip this year, but I was like, you know what? I'll save it. I also had the pickleball team. Plus, we know we've got like a 2-week trip coming up for
Next
George
year.
and Becca's wedding, right?
Yeah. I feel like those are the only 2 months I didn't travel. And then November, I went away to Vegas and then got home. Then I went to Buffalo the next weekend. That was 24 hours.
Wild.
Great day. We love Buffalo.
We love Buffalo. Fuck, I love Buffalo.
Actually, I went to Buffalo in September too.
Yeah, but that was just like a random like Trader
Joe's.
Joe's trips. That's weird.
I was my cousin. We went to Trader Joe's, Target. Well, it's just
weird.
stupid now because the dollar's so bad too. So I just get pissed every time I leave because I come back and it's like, oh my God, $12 candle. And then like I look on like my card and it's like $25.
Yeah. It's
Or like we went to Jersey Mike's before the Bills game and it came out to $75 for a fucking sub.
no, not one.
No, but still 3 subs for $75.
Actually, that is crazy.
Like, huh? Like I was actually pissed.
You probably got combos or something.
No.
So you just got 3
Actually, no, 2 of them were drinks.
Yeah, there you go.
And they're not footlongs. They're like the regular, not even the large.
Oh.
I was mad. I guess one of them was gluten-free bread.
These all add
It doesn't matter. $75 for a fucking sandwich. I can go to Lambo's.
Yeah. Okay, let's dial into, I guess we could probably transition over to
Next year.
goals for next year.
Mm-hmm. Because you never know what's going to take us.
Actually, no, the highlights of the podcast for this year. What was I don't want to say what was your favorite episode, but what are some episodes that stood out to you?
It might not have been like a favorite episode type thing. I think it was for me the transition of actually speaking on the podcast and getting comfortable. And the more and more I do them, the more I get comfortable. Obviously, there's some days that I like are worse than others, but there's some episodes I finish it and I was like, that was like okay, and it didn't like suck. But I think my peak for it was how many and I understand now what you say about like meeting cool people, because I do feel like we met a lot of cool people on the podcast this year, and like people we never expected to meet or like stay friends with, and I think that was really cool.
I agree with you. Yeah,
Like, that's just the best part.
Since you didn't ask me, I'm going to tell. No, I'm kidding.
I was about to ask you, but like
the highlights, I would say Sun Peaks was really cool. Just to do something different and like partner with, a ski resort and get to go there and record there, and they hooked it up and we got to do some really interesting cool stuff. That was really cool. The Young Bombs episode, I had a lot of fun and I became friends with the guys and I talked to them still, so that was pretty cool. The low of the podcast this year, like obviously besides like George leaving, obviously like that was sucky, but like we kind of just kept going. I don't think it really like, it sucks that he's not here, but we're still homies, so it doesn't really affect our friendship, which is the main thing. The low was the first episode I did back alone, and I sucked. The girl's name was Sarah? Stacey Ryan.
the jazz player.
Yeah, the jazz TikToker. I sucked in that episode. Like, I can call, like, for Ari, we both kind of sucked. Stacey Ryan, I actually sucked. Like I haven't listened to it. Maybe I'm gonna go back and listen to it. But I just remember when it was over, I was like, holy crap, I could quit this right now. I was just like, I'm ready to quit this. But then I said, I'm gonna give myself like 8 weeks. I'm gonna do this for at least 2 months. And then I knew you were gonna join eventually. But even it took you a while to really get going too. Like, I think that's like the first couple episodes when you came back, like
it was. I barely spoke, but I also think that's like a big. I wouldn't say it's a low for the podcast, but I think it's a low in our relationship trying to navigate. And I think we've only been able to actually navigate in more of like a business and not friendship role. And I think it was me working with you guys before was very different than us working together now, and just kind of try to find that like balance and communication so we can succeed.
Yeah.
And like we haven't had any disagreements about the podcast in probably a month.
We had one like a long time ago. Remember?
No, I'm saying.
What was it?
In September.
What was it about?
I wasn't pulling my weight.
No, we had one where we saw things differently. You're like, no, this is how it should be. And I was like, Danny, no, this is how it should be. And what was it? Do you remember?
No, because it was probably so ridiculous.
Yeah, it probably was ridiculous.
But I think our biggest issue was just trying to find a communication balance.
Yeah, it's also
you work differently than I do.
Yeah.
I work differently than you. We need different things.
Well, it's also tricky because we don't have a manager anymore. That this is all that's what their job is, right? Like it's like we're both trying to pick up the pieces.
And like I think we finally found that balance. I'm hoping we can keep it.
Yeah. It's also different because when George left, like I picked it up alone, and again, I said I was like, I'm going to do this for like 2-3 months because I love, for the same reason, like meeting cool people. And that's why we do this, to meet cool people. It's like, for people to think like we don't really make any money on this. Like we have sponsors now, but it pays for like marketing costs, to buy the lights, the tripod, to pay for the
like upgrade equipment.
Yeah,
and, like,
to pay for Podbean every month, to buy the hats that we give away, that we don't sell the hats. Like this is just an L that we take, but it's fun for the brand. And it, gets us a couple listeners. Thank you. No, but it was like that stage was tough. And then I remember the Stacey Ryan episode. I was so excited. I'm like, fuck, this is, like a new chapter. Like I haven't done an episode alone. Like I'm actually like, alone.
And we also didn't really know even at that time my involvement, what was going to be
you
in
said
the
you
podcast.
You were going to come back and we'll figure it out.
I was like, we'll figure it out. And then I think that's what, like, it was such an unknown.
Yeah. But then we persevere and like we hit like, I don't say lows, but it's tough when you put out an episode and you think it's good and you have so much fun and it's just not well received on the other end. Like
I think there was
disheartening.
I think there was a time in September.
Yeah.
We were both like, okay, end of the year, like we'll regroup and then maybe just like end it.
Yeah.
And
the tricky part
I was
is
like, you know what? Let's do it till the end of the year, not just end it now. And it was like, what is both our involvement going to be in the podcast? And I don't know if it's just me, but I would not end it at all right now.
No, oh my God. Right now we're on a roll.
Like we're on a roll. I just think we're in like a
we
good,
feel good
steady.
about. Do you know what it was in September though? It's just like, at least for me personally, I don't know how you felt. There were so many amazing, exciting things happening in my life. Like, again, I just finished this crazy Ironman, which is like insane that I accomplished. My pickleball team is like on fire. Like I'm a fucking pickleball dude now. Like, which is still mind blowing to think.
Maybe it was like in August, I guess.
Yeah. And it's like, you've got all these like crazy, cool, fun things happening. It's like, I'm doing brand deals up to wazoo. Meanwhile, not a single brand not a single, but like brands like wouldn't want to sponsor the podcast, which is like, what? Like, this is something I'm actually passionate about. Like, you want to sponsor my TikTok to talk about dating, which like I kind of give a shit about, kind of not give a shit about. Then the podcast, which is like been a part of my life for 4 fucking years, you don't. So, and then you have an episode that you like, this episode's gonna,
Well, so I know like at the end of September, we had a lot of guests. Like we really pumped out, like we basically had like from September, October, all recorded in September within like a 2-week span almost. And I think that really kind of like was like, okay, like it was like our on switch to like keep going.
Yeah,
I know personally, I found it really hard to navigate.
Yeah, that's when we got back into it.
And I think that's like maybe like just like a low from my year. Like I had a lot of transition periods this year, which are all great things, but I had a hard time getting back to like feeling at like my peak and like feeling my highs. Does that make sense?
No, I get that.
I just feel like there's always like that transition period for me, like after like a tax season or like after busy, like when I'm really stressed. And then I was like almost relying on the milestones of my year, like my trips or my time with family at the cottage.
Towards
I was just looking
the finish line, not the journey.
Yeah, and I wasn't just going through it, and I was just like, I was missing the mark on a lot of things, and I think it reflected in like other parts of my life that I didn't want it to, but I'm working on it.
That's fair. Well, I guess heading into 2024, let's talk about it. What are actually, since we're on the theme of the podcast, what are some goals that you have for the podcast? Or where do you want to see this podcast go?
Consistently next year, I think one of our main goals is to consistently have a sponsor.
Yeah.
I think we've discussed this, but if we can consistently have a sponsor for 6 months, we can look into getting a studio. Yeah,
a studio would be nice. I'm already kind of looking.
Me too.
I'm always just like Kijiji, Realtor.ca.
You know what? I'm like on random realtor websites. I found one in Liberty.
What I think about is like, do I just rent out my condo and just get a bigger condo that has a dedicated space? Like, do I do that? Do I just rent a sick condo that's like 1,500 square feet? The rent will be like $4,000. But again, my mortgage will get covered here. And then I'll play that, and then like we charge $1,000 for the podcast a month because technically the podcast is owned by my corp anyways. So it's like it's all the same, whether it's the podcast or TikTok, it's same bank account anyways. Like what's the difference? Like the podcast doesn't pay taxes because it's not registered. It's just
we're not making money.
Yeah. Well, it's just like the RL group pays the taxes on it.
Yeah.
So it's like there's literally no need. Yeah. Anyways, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if we find a 6th studio, that'd be good.
I think that's a good thing. And like also just like keeping up our momentum. I think there's some guests that we've wanted to have on and I think we just need to keep pushing to get them.
Agreed.
Like, I think we can, and we've had all these like tidbits of people. Like, we almost had Harry Josie, and then it fell.
Yeah, we
almost had Young Gravy, then it fell.
fell.
Then we almost had like some DJ too that you were gonna was gonna book, and it fell through.
Yeah, Data Life or something.
It was just like little things like that like, and I also think that
we just missed a couple key marks.
A couple things, and it's like we're so close. And I know that we can get there next year.
Yeah.
It's not like we don't have contact with these people.
Yeah. For me, I think
continuing.
doing the live podcast is going to be really fun, and that's something I'm really excited for, because it's just like proof of concept. If it goes well and people have fun, then we can do it, every, maybe once a quarter or once every 6 months or something, where, okay, maybe we know every Christmas is a special one. Maybe next year we incorporate like a toy drive or a food drive, or, everyone has to pay $10 and we donate all the money to a charity that we're really passionate about. Or we do little things like that. Because again, we don't do this podcast to make money. That's never been the goal of it. It never will be the goal of it. But at the end of the day, it is a business. You want to have goals. And the goal is, hey, maybe we donate money to charity. Maybe we get bigger guests. Maybe we get a better studio. Maybe we do things. But one thing that I do want to make sure that we do a good job of next year is that we always like stay true to us and like what we're about, and not, I don't want to say sell out. Because like it's easy to sell out and have maybe this isn't the right word, but you get like an Instagram model with like 1.5 million followers, and you bring her on the podcast just because the episode will do well.
I just think we need to stay true to like who we want,
and like keep telling our little mini stories in the intros, and sometimes we get away from it, sometimes we stay on it, but sometimes the pod isn't about the guests. The guests are the highlights to the podcast. The podcast is about being friends and
like
making
building
new
those
friends,
relationships,
and making new friends, and it's not about the guest and just interviewing them. Like, and I
think
never call it an
really
interview
cool
either.
how we have been able to like maintain friendships through the podcast and in a lot of different
like 12
industries.
I talked to him the other day. Liam Fraser, were you Liam Fraser? No, you were
No.
before Liam Fraser. Me and him are still friends.
Yeah.
Penny, I talk to Penny not all the time, but like I'm married, message like, I love you, Penny.
Penny said hi to me at
It's a cool
at a basketball thing.
When
and
Penny
I was like,
says hi to you, it's a cool thing.
and
Penny
I'm like,
Alexiak. You remember me?
I'm like, hello?
You remember me?
I remember Danielle. And she goes, yeah, I know who you are. You don't have to reintroduce yourself. And I was like,
Penny! We love Penny Alexiak.
But it's just like little things like that. And like, there's just so many different things. And I think it's just narrowing down and really kind of getting those guests to have on to kind of keep going.
Okay, so let me ask you.
But I also think one thing that like we are good at, or it's not good at, I just think that we surprise ourselves sometimes with the guests that we don't think.
A guest you would not normally be excited for turns out to be an amazing episode.
Turns out to be one of our
Graham
favorites.
Scott Fleming. Oh, you weren't there for that one?
No, that was
that was a phenomenal one. That was probably the one
LA.
that was he was phenomenal. Graham, shout out to you. Garrett, again, one of the recent ones that was phenomenal.
Yeah, literally just got released, but like we had
Robin
so much
Ottolini,
fun.
same
so
thing,
much fun.
right? So we've done some really cool things with it, and I think we'll continue to do that. Who are your dream guests for 2024?
You know what?
Pick three.
I can't even pick that right now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have like a.
Okay, that's fair.
It's just like I find that like a very, because it's also so dependent on who's passing in the city too.
Yeah, but just like give me three that you would love to, like, that might be kind of reasonable that you would love to sit down with. Like Lainey is one that you would love to sit down with, and that's like within reach.
No, I think I'd be scared.
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna just go? Are you gonna go Ari Abdul on me?
No, but
That was crazy.
do you like having returning guests on?
I love it.
Especially
if the episode went well.
I haven't had that yet.
You haven't had a returning guest yet?
Well, no, it's only been since June.
Yeah, but
I've had returning guests as me, but I wasn't always on mic.
That's true.
I only started being on mic with you guys in December last year, and it was only on your pals episodes, not on your guest episodes. So I haven't really had a returning guest where it's just me and you. So I've seen people again come in, but I'm excited for that first episode with my returning guest.
Okay, that's a good one. Another one that I would love to do is Bob Moses in person.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah,
that'd be really, really cool.
Bob Moses would be really cool. Like Elderbrook.
Bob Moses is coming to Toronto.
I know. I forget when, but I think January, February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
It's not out of the question.
It's not out of the question.
And I would love to do I don't know. I know we say a lot of sports, but maybe a lot of musicians, but I'd love to do a cool sports person.
I was trying to think of that. Ow, sorry. Like who's like I really want like a cool fucking athlete to
Like
come
George
on.
St. Pierre would be a cool one. And he's Canadian. He comes to Toronto all the time. You know who George St. Pierre is? He's like the greatest Canadian UFC fighter. He's one of the greatest UFC fighters. I don't really, but again, he's like a legend.
Okay, but I don't watch UFC. The most
really cool.
fighting I've watched is Tommy Fury in his reality TV show.
Yeah.
I'd be obsessed.
Do you know what? I would love to get like, I know it sounds like kind of like clickbait, but I'd love to get like a cool YouTuber. Like I don't like a Mr. Beast. Obviously, like they're way too big for us. But like imagine getting like a Mr. Beast or like one of the Paul brothers.
Questions.
Yeah, like it's just like
you know what?
Like, I want to know like
so
let's say you had Jake Paul on. Like how much of this is real? Like is this real? Like is this really who you are? Or is this like is it a show?
It sounds so random, but like a Josh Richards, he's Canadian.
Oh, love to have him on. Yeah.
I just feel like I'd have so many questions, but not what people would think my questions are. Like just like.
Okay, so give me 3 random guesses. Let's go 1 for 1 then. So my first one that I said was George St. Pierre or Bob Moses and George St. Pierre. So we'll count those as one. Give me one for you.
Nicole Mazzafaro.
No, you told me you didn't want her. She's on the do not bring on list.
I said I would book her on in the new year. I promised Nicole we will get you
listen,
on.
Though.
But she does.
Then don't mess her. Let's see how long it takes her to see this.
Okay.
Okay. You're gonna message her.
I won't.
Let's see.
Actually asked me to be on the podcast today.
Who else would be really cool?
Okay. I have to like brush up on Italian, but like Andrea Bocelli.
I'm sure he probably speaks English, but that's not reason. Like that's not within reason. Like Andrea Bocelli would never come on this podcast.
Girl can dream.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. What?
Can all be reasonable now? Just keep going, and I'll think. You can speak.
I'm thinking. I've basically said some of the ones that would kind of come to my mind, like a really cool athlete that's like doing some fun stuff. Cool musician. Again, music and sports to me are like the 2 big things that kind of really get me going. Still got nothing, eh? All right. Great job. Thanks for coming on.
I feel like when I'm on the spot, like I just like freeze. That's like a question I should have practiced.
Well, it's just like something you should probably think about normally. Like we talk about who do we want on the podcast all the time.
I know, but
you
it's just
like
really dependent.
Like a
for
Wayne
me.
Gretzky. You wouldn't like. That's the one I just thought about.
Cool, but like
and I don't think it's
my
like
dream guess. But it'd be cool to talk to Wayne Gretzky.
Like, don't you? How do you not have like a dream guess, like a Vanderpump Rules?
Lisa
person?
Rinna.
Yeah, like
100%.
How does that not come to mind?
Well, like
who's that girl? Who's
Lisa
that girl?
Rinna.
Yeah, isn't that
no, Lisa Rinna. Okay, fine. That's one of my dreams.
Okay.
But like, I also.
Wait, wasn't the Dua Lipa concert this year too? Didn't we go to that together this year?
Year.
That was last year.
Yeah.
Okay, that was cool.
Yeah, Lisa Rinna. She's like, it's the same. She has a movie coming out.
Did not know that.
In February. I just saw the trailer for it. John Cena's in it.
If Dua's in it, I'll go watch. She's single
Matthew
now.
McConaughey.
You know she's single. Her and her boyfriend are breaking up.
Hot.
You know how many people sent it to me today? You should slide in. I was like, yeah, for sure. I have a great chance on this.
Just message your dad.
Yeah. Okay, we done on the pod. You want to transition or anything else?
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
Okay.
Before I start freezing.
What are some goals in life for you for 2024? Anything you really want to accomplish? Or like, what are some things that stand out to you?
I want to buy a condo.
Okay, that's it. That's a really good one.
So that's like one of my main things. I've been like.
You should probably aim for Q1 because the prices are still gonna be cheap.
So yeah, so I was like been like constantly looking since, but I just moved home.
You buy the big home and we pay you for the studio space.
Well, you're not gonna want to.
Oh yeah, you're gonna mimic.
I'm like. Yeah. I would go in the city still, but I have to be near a highway. I'm just trying to be realistic with work.
Yeah.
Because I work in Oakville.
Why don't you look near me?
I could, yeah. I just like want something like that. So hopefully that's gonna happen. My eyes are out. I just have to actually take the time and go look. I've just been honestly putting it off lazy.
Yeah, I get that.
Kind of like just getting comfortable at home.
That's fair. Plus, it's tough to want to look when it's like, well, the weather's like this. It's dark at 5.
That's the thing. But I also think that's going to want to like motivate me for next summer.
Do you know when you'll start to get motivated? As soon as the weather turns. Like March, April. That's what.
No.
So you're the exact same thing as me. I moved back home in September of like 2017. And I was like, I'm going to stay home for a year. I'm going to save up money for a year. I think by January, I was over it. I started looking in February. I put a bunch of offers on. But then like, I think in maybe April, May, once the weather turns, daylight savings is in, I think, end of April or May. Can't remember. Then the weather, it's brighter out. You visit condos with full light and stuff. I was like, yeah, no brainer.
See, like, that's the thing. I think I want to start looking January, February. Because then, like, March and April, I know I'm for sure not looking.
Yeah.
And then it's like May, like, I kind of want to be in the city in the summer. But at the same time, I'm gone next year.
Where are you going?
I just feel like there's so many trips and stuff. Like, I'm gone for, like, all of August. And then, like,
how long are you going for in August?
I'll be gone for, like, 3.5 weeks.
You're going for 3.5 weeks?
Yeah.
Wow, nice. Good for you.
Basically.
Is it 3.5 or is it basically 3.5, which is 3?
Well, I haven't booked anything.
Oh.
So it's either 3.5.
Oh, wow, good for you. That's nice.
I have 2 weddings.
That's good for you.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, are you coming to Mykonos then or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, it was my idea.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
What else? Okay, so buy a condo.
So buy a condo. Okay, so this brings into the topic. There's a lot going on next year from June for me until September. It's very, very busy with like people in my life and about other people, which is great. And I'm so excited for it. But I want to make sure I put time in for myself.
Good.
Because I feel like I can get very lost in that.
But what does putting time in for yourself look like?
I think it's just like staying on track with everything else. Because I feel like I'm the type of person to constantly appease to someone else's schedule. And I have to just start doing things for me first.
That's fair. What are things that you want to do for yourself first? Like, what's that look like? Putting yourself first and pleasing yourself. What's that look like? Like reading more at home, doing more dinners, traveling alone more. Like, what's it look like for you?
I don't think I've quite figured that out yet. I think it's just like putting time aside away for me throughout my day.
But to do what?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I think that's still something I gotta figure out.
You got time. We're not in no rush. You got the rest of your life to figure it out, so.
Yeah, but it's just like I need to prioritize myself too next year.
Okay.
And it's not like I'm not happy or grateful for all the exciting things happening next year. I just need to put some time like aside for me.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And like I don't want to do those fluctuations again of like really busy, stressed, and then like bender in May. Like I need to spread that out.
No, I get that, and that does make sense too, right? Like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna go, but it makes sense.
It makes
And just find out what makes you happy, what fills your heart and charges your batteries, and do that.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Ricky?
I'm gonna do some sort of fitness thing. I don't know what it's gonna be. Like, it's easy to say I'll run a marathon. George is doing one. I think Becca's doing one, and it's just like training for one thing. But I feel like it's a step down from the Ironman or the half Ironman.
Well, you'd have to go full Ironman if you want to go a step up.
No, I can't do that. I'm just like that's not possible. But there's something that's, I don't know, a little bit different. Maybe something unique or different. I don't know what it is. Or maybe I run the goal is to run 4 marathons this summer, one a month for 5 months or 6 months.
Want to climb a mountain?
See, climbing a mountain doesn't do it for me. There's no part of me that's like, I want to go climb Mount Kilimanjaro or whatever. There's no part that
I think it'd be cool.
Doesn't get me hard. Just no part of me that wants to do that.
Maybe one day.
You know what I mean? Maybe I try and win something. I don't know. Maybe I try and to be the fastest to win the CN Tower race this summer. And I climb the CN Tower faster than anybody else or something. I don't know what it's gonna be. But I'm gonna do something. Traveling, I've off to a hot start. I've already got 4 vacations booked already.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm going to Florida for the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get back, we have Whistler.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to Florida in early February, just for 3 days. Then Family Day weekend, I'm going to go somewhere. Then I have Scottsdale for the boys' trip in April. Easter, I'll probably go away. And May 2 I'm definitely going to go away. Then I'll have at least 2 away tournaments for pickleball. And then at least
I'm coming to your pickleball tournaments.
Yeah, come. They're fun.
I'll do your socials actually this year.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd actually be a big help.
Come on, I filmed last year.
Yeah. See,
one tournament.
Yeah, we need
one day
filming and posting. Yeah, but no, that would be a big help. If you
I would come. I actually love coming to the tournament. So I will definitely.
And you can stay with us. That's what we do. We'll give you free board.
Okay.
Flights here on your own. No, I'm kidding. Maybe we'll help you on flights too. We'll see. Maybe we'll do
all my
something.
points are gonna be gone next year.
I got so many points. It's ridiculous. But no, and then I guess pickleball. It's right now it's on the back burner because we're in the off season. But again, I obviously want to win again, so that'll be a big goal of mine. And yeah, that's it. Like this content stuff. I'll have goals for it, but that's like it's such a second nature thing.
So
It's
I have
not
a question. How do you feel about like New Year's resolutions?
I love them.
Really?
I personally love them. I can't remember who said it. Maybe it was Vishal on one of the episodes. But you don't need New Year's to set a resolution.
That's me.
So like I've already started doing it now. I've already started some of mine.
Okay, so that's my biggest thing is that I find it very hard because I feel like anytime you put something off, it's because you are choosing not to do it.
Yeah.
You are the one making that decision. I personally don't need New Year's to make myself do something. If you want to do it now. If you keep putting it off, you're going to keep putting it off.
The one thing I'm waiting for New Year's to do, just because right now it's too hard for me to do, is drinking. I want to limit my drinking. I drink a lot. Like for those listening, I drink at least 2 nights a week right now, which is like really not good. Last week was the first night I drank once in the week, and I was so proud of myself. I'm like, this is stupid. Like I'm proud of myself that I only drank once this week. Mind you, I canceled plans because I didn't want to drink. So I was low key kind of proud, but then the one night I did drink, I went on like a 12-hour bender. So like I should have just drank both nights and just went to bed at reasonable hours.
Yeah.
So I
No, but there's little things like that you have to be realistic
Yeah,
with. Like it's the holidays. Like what are you gonna do? Like cut
Exactly.
back when
there's so many things
when you
happening.
say like, oh, I'm only gonna go out to eat for dinner one night a week. Right now, from now until Christmas, the amount of dinners I have planned, and you know what? Was I gonna be like low key complaining to the side, being like, oh my god, I'm gonna be so tired, this and that. But at the same time, it's the holidays. It's like a time to get together, and I am so excited for every single one of my plans that I have leading up to the new year.
Yeah.
There's not one that I'm actually dreading being like, do I really have to go to this? Am I dreading in like the long thing how tired I'm gonna be? Yes, but like I'm excited.
My December's like it's insane how fun it is.
Yeah.
I have 2 vacations. I'm out of town. Out of the 31 days in December, I'm out of town 12 of them, 13
Yeah,
of
because
them.
you live pretty early before Christmas.
You know what I mean? Like it's just, and then I have Vegas to go see the last band on my hit list of artists I haven't seen at the coolest new venue in the world. And then I get to watch a football game too. So those are really cool things.
I can't wait to see the stadium.
Oh, we didn't even talk about how I went to Tennessee and I got like hooked up by NFL Canada.
Yeah, that was cool.
We're past that now. Other New Year's resolutions I do have, or I will have, is I'm gonna quit biting my nails in 2024, and I'm gonna minimize my swearing.
Can we do that together?
Yeah, biting my nails. I'm gonna buy the nail polish again, and I'm gonna
The
go.
nail polish doesn't work.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
You just have to apply it every single day.
It doesn't work. I don't mind the taste.
Then you didn't have the one I had.
Ricky,
The
I
one
really
I had
didn't
was like
mind it.
it was the most bitter, disgusting thing ever. My problem is I wouldn't put it on for like 4 or 5 days because then it's just like you're good to go.
No, you know what's so
and
funny?
then 4 or 5 days your nails are at that perfect length that they're good to bite.
No, you know what's funny? So I have like my nails done right now, and I break my nails often. And then once I break one nail, like they're all going off, and then I destroy them. I had to get my nails done because I'd bitten them down so much, and I bite them down when I'm stressed.
See, I bite them down when I'm in traffic, which leads me to another one or like when I'm bored. And I won't drive in traffic anymore. That's one of my New Year's resolutions I started last month. I don't drive in traffic.
Okay, but I also feel like sometimes you have to.
Sometimes you have to. Sometimes there's no avoiding it. But now, like if you notice, every day we've had a podcast on Monday, I've left to work at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, no, you leave early.
I leave early so I avoid traffic. On the way to work, either I go early or I go late. Like some mornings, like this morning this morning I left late just because I woke up a little late. Last week, there was one morning I woke up at 8. There was a accident on the Gardner. I opened my laptop. I sat here and I just had a coffee. And I was just checking emails, just waiting for the traffic to go down. If it's more than an hour from here to work or from work to here, I won't do the drive. And I even said, if there's days where I have to go downtown and there's traffic, I'll take the go. I got absolutely no problem taking the go. I actually enjoy taking the go.
The go's not bad. I love taking the go.
$8. So it's like right beside my office to almost right beside my condo. Like, no problem. Gladly take the go.
Yeah, okay.
Even if it's longer, I don't mind. It's just traffic, back to back, bad drivers. It's the biggest inconvenience and like stupid thing in my life. So I refuse to do it now.
I like that.
Yeah.
My goal is at least 3 days out of the week, I'm not going to be a little bitch, and I'm going to wake up actually and work out.
Good for you.
Work.
You went on that little hot streak for a bit.
No. Okay, like back when at 45, yeah. I'll be back when I'm in Oakville. But
you were on that
when I'm
kick.
home, like I have like the perfect space, exactly what I need. I've just
your
like
hot
had
girl
a
body for Europe this summer?
had a hard time waking up in the morning.
That's fair.
And like it's just painful.
That's fair.
So I need to start getting back into the routine of waking up early. And maybe because I've worked from home.
Like even when you work in the office, just like set aside, like stay late instead of finishing at 5, stay till 6 and go at lunch or something. When I
Oh,
used to
that's
work
fine.
Because
Yeah.
when I used to work for a different company, that wasn't okay. It's easy now because I work for my family business and I'm kind of my own boss, so it's a little different. But when I used to work for someone else, I asked them, I was like, hey, can I go to the gym at lunch and I'll stay an hour late? No problem. My lunch is 30. We have an hour lunch. If you give me an extra half hour, I'll be there and back. I'll be done my lunch and I'll stay an extra half hour at the end
Yeah,
of the
but
day.
I'm like gonna get sweaty and stuff.
It doesn't matter. I wouldn't even shower some days. I just wouldn't do cardio. So I just do weights so you don't sweat that much.
There's a new F45 right next to our work, so I can go before or after.
Yeah, even try and make it at lunch and then shower there. They have showers there. Oh, but your new office has a shower. Isn't it a house? I thought you're moving into a house office. No.
Anyways, I just need to start being consistently in my routine. And I think it's because I have such bad sleeps. So you know what? That's actually my main goal. Regulating my sleep schedule so I'm not miserable.
That's fair. That's a good
Because
one.
like me leaving here on a Monday night at 10:30, I am miserable for the rest of the week.
How?
Like Ricky, I like being in bed by 10 or like 9:30.
So if you're in bed by 9:30,
I'm asleep by 10:30.
then how do you wake up miserable?
Because I wake up throughout the night every 5 hours.
So if you wake up every 5 hours, it means you woke up once in the middle of the night.
Okay,
That's
no,
it.
like I wake up every couple hours. Like I'm like, so let's say I'm sleeping from 10:30 to 1:30, sometimes 2. Then I'm up. Then I try falling back asleep. Usually I'm up for 30 minutes.
Doing
fall
what?
back
Do
asleep.
you grab your phone?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, but I cannot. I'm sitting there like this, like literally, like, and then I've realized. So
Have you got a sleep test?
No, but I used to stress myself out when I couldn't fall asleep. So like there'd be some nights where I'm like, hey, I can't fall asleep. It's like now it's like 1:30, it's 2, whatever, and that would stress me out. And the more I'd stress, I couldn't fall asleep. Now, if I see 12, I'm like, it's okay. I'll fall asleep too soon.
So how are you so tired in the morning?
And then I fall asleep. But then I just like I don't have a good night's sleep ever.
So you should get a sleep test.
I just want to sleep normally for once.
That's exactly what a sleep
like last
test
night, I woke up at 5. I should have just waken up at 5 and
But
stayed
again,
up.
that's what a sleep test does. It tests because maybe there's something wrong with you. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm saying like maybe you have sleep apnea or maybe there's something in your body. I don't. Maybe you're low on something. I don't know.
I just all my
Because
blood
if you're in bed at 10 o'clock and you're sleeping by 10:30, you should not be waking
But
up.
I wake
tired
up
every day.
I wake up in the night. So it's not consistent sleep.
Yeah, so then there's obviously something wrong with you.
The other night I had such a good sleep and I was like, wow. That's like once in a blue moon.
When I go to bed at 10, I wake up at 6, no problem. I'm ready to take on the day. If I fall asleep by 10, which is very, very rare.
No.
Usually I don't get in bed till like 10:30.
Like
11.
if I'm not in bed by 10, usually it's like I know I'm going to have a miserable day the next day.
That's so shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I think this is good.
Yeah, I think that's it.
brought
So
my
you guys
notebook.
listen to us like mumble. I can't even breathe right now.
Yeah, now you're dying. No, but the goal at this episode is, again, just to kind of first off, me and you haven't done a solo episode in a long time. And we didn't do them for a while because we were doing longer intros, and then we kind of stopped doing that just because we didn't want the episodes to get too long. But we want like the listeners and you guys to feel that you know us and you stay up to date and you get to know what's happening in our lives. And I feel like even though this episode was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, I feel like we kind of, at least we went through our year and talked about some of the new
I
things.
think it's like a self-reflection for us.
Yeah.
You know how we say that like we always want someone's undivided attention for an hour? I think this game gave us undivided attention for however long it is for each other.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And what we'll do is we'll do like another one like this, maybe in about 6 weeks, maybe like mid-Jan.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll let like the New Year's go by, and then we can kind of talk about, hey, are we still doing our New Year's resolutions, or we let them go?
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, nothing really changes in January for me. The only thing that's going to change is my drinking. I'm going to try to only drink once a week, or let's say 4 times a month. So, anyways, you good?
I'm great. I can't speak.
If you made it to the end of this, guys, we appreciate you. Thank you.
No, we're not good. Everyone who's listening, thank you so much for listening, but you have to come watch our first live podcast together at Piccolo Cafe. It's 111 John Street. We're doing it. It starts at 12. It'll be roughly starting around then. We're going to do like an hour episode with Ryan Shep. Well, Ryan Shepard.
Yeah, with Shep, aka
Shep.
Ryan Shepard, aka Shep.
And then he's going to do a little DJ set after. So we're going to be outside. So please dress warm, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Come talk to me and Ricky.
Come hang, come have some drinks. Just like, it's something that we've been talking about doing for a while. We have the perfect person to do it with, the perfect place to do it. So just dress warm, come have some good food, good drinks.
Yeah, and they have like a
good
little
company.
wine market too outside. So it's really cute.
Yeah, it'll be a good vibe.
And we're really excited. So please stop by.
and come check it out. And then again, a special special shout out to our sponsors, Hardbite guys. Again, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Everyone listening, go grab a bag of chips and try them out. Again, my recos are spicy ketchup and the avocado one, or the truffle one. Those are my top 3. And go check them out. Good Canadian company, all natural.
And then don't forget to check out the XL Gum Spotify ASMR playlist when you're stressed during exams. Because you know what? XL Gum was there to save the day on Spotify. No, I'm way better.
Yeah, because you have nails. I don't. XL Gum. No, but that's it, guys. We appreciate you. Thank you. Give us a follow. And we will see you guys next week. Peace.
You like to drink and to smoke to take away the pain. And I don't remember all of my mistakes in every hour.